I can't even begin to describe how excited that I am. The weather's supposed to be like this all weekend, I think. All I see, I've never been here, Critzer Lake. All I see is standing timber. This is fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm seriously thrilled to death. Stick around, this should be an interesting video. That's hilarious. I just spent 20 minutes messing with the GoPro. The, whatever this thing is called. This power stick, the Yolotek. The power stick, it's, I've hit so many trees, I think. Thanks, Kirk, you started a trend. That it just, the power doesn't work. I mean, the power says that it's on, the little green light says that it's on, but then I can't get the GoPro to come on. And so I've had the spot lock on, I've been messing with it, and it's raining, and so I've been trying to waterproof it all with my old one. And just switching back and forth, and finally just put batteries in. This one's waterproof, so it's working. And then anyway, first cast after fixing the GoPro, so I don't know. Hopefully this is a fun day. I'm looking forward to it. I've been excited about it all the 2.5 hour drive here. I just was giddy, just so giddy. Here we go. Jeez. I actually just tried pulling it up to the surface, but those choke our hooks. Ow. Ow. I don't know if you're able to tell, but he bit it 4 or 5 times, and I just kept trying to pull him up a little bit. And anyway. If this is what's hiding under that log, then there aren't bass back here. At least not the ones I'm looking for. it kind of tells me where the slightly better ones are.
Like a reward.
You've broken my camera!
Of course, the camera stopped working. It's a 2.5 pounder or so. So this may end up being a bad video, but I want to try and get most of it on film. Where are you going? You can't have a cat named Kim Kardashian that's afraid of a camera.
I know, right? But she is. That's Kim Kardashian. When she was a kitten, she had a booty 3 pounds bigger than the rest of the kittens. So. All right,
hopefully this will bring me luck. Ooh, lightning. Good morning. It's 7:30 Sunday at Critzer. And we're in a bit of a lightning delay. You can see over my my shoulder here. I'm excited. I'm still excited. The GoPro broke, so I'm not excited about that. The Yolotek stick is in half. It's in multiple pieces. But Mark, the gentleman I'm staying with, gave me some pecan wood and some electrical tape and zip ties, and woo, and we put her back together. I mean, Humpty Dumpty's still a little broke, but hopefully it'll work. The electrical component isn't really working in that Yolotek stick. The USB port, I think, is rusted out or worn out, and we're gonna try it though. I have 4 batteries. Well, I'll try and get as much footage as I can. The GoPro is supposed to be waterproof, but one of the compartment doors seems a little loose. It's just my life story. So I think water was getting in there and causing it to act up. Anyway, I'm going to try and get as much footage as I can, and regardless, I'll try and give a recap after the tournament's over. I plan to start the day with a little wake bait. I ended up catching probably 10-ish, anywhere from 8 to 12. I wasn't really keeping track, but it was a good amount of short fish on a wake bait in the afternoon. So I'm going to start with that, a small little bandit wake bait, like a small one. But I think it really matches the size of shad possibly, and we're going to see. So I'll try and get as much footage as I can, but I'll give the recap afterwards, so stick around. But after that, it's going to be spinner baits and pitch and craws all day long. And those are two things that I like to do. So regardless of where I wind up in the standings, I think I'm going to have some fun, and hopefully there'll be some fish in this video. So stick around and wish me luck. And that is all the footage I have of tournament day. The GoPro's busted. I got to get a new one before the Lake of the Ozarks. I need a new Yolotek stick, a new GoPro, and some other things to go with it. So feel free to send me all the money. I need it. I need charity. Critzer was mean to me. The trees were mean to me. But as the video said, I did catch some fish. As the video title says, third place, I caught my new personal best, 6.26 pounds. Thank you very much. My old personal best was 6 1/4, so I beat my personal best by 1/100th of an ounce, which, ironically, is how much I missed out on second place by. I missed out on second place by 1/100th of an ounce. And I had that fish on. I literally had it on. I was swimming a crawl back to the boat, and boom, and it took me around 3 different bushes and finally got stuck in one. And, you know, it was the same caliber fish. It was 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 3, 4, 5 pounds, easy. It wasn't just a 14 3/4 that I say was a keeper, you know. It was a real fish. And I also lost a couple of others. I lost one, came off on a spinnerbait, and another one came off in a bush too. So, you know, that they could have been keepers, maybe, I don't know, or maybe they were just other shorts, you know, those 14 1/2s, 14 3/4. But here's me weighing in my fish, and then I'll give you kind of a recap of what I did. Wilder has 3 fish. One's a toad. Wilder, John Wilder, 3 fish. Is that better? 6.26 for his big fish. My big fish. Three fish. 984. 984. And so the recap is that I did not get to throw the wake bait like I thought. The wind was just ferocious. I think it started out at sustained 20 and it was gusting to 30s. And then by the middle of the day, it was sustained 30, gusting to 40. And then by the time we got off the water, it was sustained 40 easy. And I like to fish in the wind personally. So even though I wanted to fish the calmer side of the lake, I forced myself to fish in the wind just because I know it makes fish active, and I had a few spinnerbait bites and things like that. Although to be fair, I caught the 6 1/4 on the other side, on the calm side. So there's that. So I had to abandon the wake bait. I basically didn't use it at all. I only used a craw and a spinnerbait. And with the craw, I wasn't just pitching it. Full disclosure, since I'll probably never go back to Critzer again, is I did swim it a lot. So I would pitch into the cover, whether I was fishing just straight stick-ups, bushes, laydowns, or whatever. And then once I'd kind of work it in there a little bit, then I would slowly swim it back. And I actually had quite a few bites swimming it back. It may or may not be how I caught the 6 1/4, and also why I know that the other one was a decent one, because it hit as I was swimming it back to the boat and then took me to places that I did not want it to go, and I had no control over it. And it just took me into a bush eventually, and just came off. So that was sad because I could have at least taken second place with that fish. Anyway, so I did that spinnerbait. I was throwing a white spinnerbait basically, and then I threw a few different types of crawls, or not types but colors, and the one that actually worked the best was the watermelon red. So and I was tipping the pinchers and chartreuse because I've struggled there. I had the struggle bus there for a little bit, and then I had to do little silly things that give me confidence, even though it probably made zero difference. But when it gets to a point where I have to really focus up to try and get a bite, that's kind of what I go to. So I did that, and it worked for me today. Stay tuned. Lake of the Ozarks is coming up. I've never been there, and not that I expect to do well, but from people that I've spoken with that have been there, they say you can find the way that you like to fish. Well, that's good news for me because I like to fish quite a few different ways, but I power fish as it is. So covering water, crankbaits and spinnerbaits and top waters is something that I kind of like to do anyway. Pitching is a strength of mine. So this could be fun. I imagine, for 2 days, these guys have been there every year, or however often that they go, I don't know, but I've never been. So over 2 days, they should really get a chance to separate themselves and shine from my pathetic excuse of an angler and just showing up and trying to compete. But I do think that the video should be pretty cool. So stick around. Hopefully I get the GoPro in time. Hopefully I get the Yolotek in time. They are already ordered, and I even paid express shipping just to get them here in time so that I could put together a video and not just sit here and blab on. But it was fun. Critzer was fun. I'd probably go back to that one. And good quality fish. It's the way that I like to fish, wood everywhere, and trying to figure out where in that wood that they are, because they're not everywhere. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate it. Thanks. Wilder has 3 fish. One's a toad. 626 for his big fish.